Naku apa tip siapang cumi. Kemen pat. Apinom si kelayang ah.
Ki khubor ka Batesi TV ka umdi bas nyambat penjaslian. Rupa Premium Meghalaya.
Together we achieve, together we can fly, reaching for the sky.
Ithuh University, Meghalaya.
All Tiwa Students Union Meghalaya State Committee hakan riu tarik naitung aja pun riu kilapan pau ya kejing sengau khia halo kejing bam Ithuh ke Sorkar Meghalaya ya ke Jaidbynriew Tiwa ne lalung ki ba em hatam ri phoi kum ke schedule tribe nani ki riu lum ke syong basa hapo uput sam ke Meghalaya hakajing keran begila apsai khubor ujanal skati ke seng al buat dilar ulaong hakajing bam yo jing Ithuh kum ke schedule tribe kim tip syu kai ke banja hakisnam ki bansawan nomor bak Sorkar Meghalaya kam chimlakan thup ya ke Jaidbynriew Tiwa ne lalung hakathup lum Khanasamari kaban salong shan hari India barokawai ulai thu harian ke jingyo lai lut jongkari India barhaus nam ka khandai spa san phuwai lapan kha ya khasiels autonomous district council baya ka mikir hel autonomous district council barhakini kisnam lapia ka hima Tiwa jongka goba badiamanta ka sari krai baka sanraj kibadan hari boy district ki hap aput usam jongka hima khairim barhapo ka khasiels autonomous district council Shushul ang bagi Tiwa kimdai satya ki bri ki bawan buhai snong ha Meghalaya hendai ki di kinong song snong bapura jong ka Meghalaya nadu ki department jong ki nalor kata ulai thu baya kathan syari kerai bala syong lasa dek Jaidbynriew Tiwa kadi bala Ithuh dos im hima khairim barkani ka pinsisya bagi di kinong song snong badai hok jong ka Meghalaya.
We the Tiwa Lalung people of Meghalaya have gathered here to bring to your attention through the media the long-standing grievances faced by our community. We identify ourselves as Tiwa, although we are also widely known as Lalung. The purpose of today's press conference is to highlight an issue of great importance to our community. As you are aware, the government of India is scheduled to conduct the general population census in 2027, and the process of house listing and house numbering will begin beforehand. This census is crucial for ensuring that every community is correctly identified and properly presented in official government records. The process of house listing and house numbering for the census is expected to commence in August 2026. However, a concern and disappointment arise from the fact that in the list of scheduled tribes prepared by the government of Meghalaya for the upcoming census, the name Tiwa or Lalung are not included. The Tiwa Lalung community is one of the indigenous tribes of Meghalaya. This is historical fact that cannot be denied. Like the Khasi, Garo, and Jandia communities, the Tiwa Lalung people became part of the newly created state of Meghalaya in 1972, along with their ancestral land. Historically, the ancient Goba state, traditional homeland of the Tiwa people, share a common boundary with the ancient Jandia kingdom. The territory of ancient Jandia state extended as far as Parabucia and Topakusi Roha, reaching the banks of the Brahmaputra River. These historical facts are well documented and clearly establish the long-standing presence and identity of Tiwa Lalung community within the present-day state of Meghalaya. Historical records, including the writings of the renowned Khasi scholar B. Pakem, who was also known as Professor of Political Science in Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, provide clear evidence of the historical presence of Tiwa Lalung people in present-day Meghalaya. The sketch map prepared by B. Pakem clearly identifies areas such as Goba, Barabusia, Tobakusi, Huluguri, Khala, and Sahori, and other adjoining regions as parts of the ancient Jaidbynriew state. These areas were historically governed by Tiwa Lalung principalities, and copies of these historical records have been enclosed for reference Annex 1. Furthermore, the ancient Kubai state, the traditional homeland of Tiwa Lalung people within the actual Jaidbynriew kingdom, was historically divided into both hill and plain regions. Areas including Neli, Khala, Sahuri, Parapuja, Tobakusi, Pulaguri, Tetilia, and Timoria were later brought under the jurisdiction of the District Commissioner of Nogao in 1835. This administrative change followed the events involving Raja Chutur Singh of Goa, who was accused by the British authorities of capturing 4 British officers and later sacrificing 3 of them during the conflict of 1832. Despite this historical administrative change, the identity, history, and traditional homeland of Tiwa Lalung people remain well documented. Following the events of 1832, the British authorities demanded that the Raja of Jaidbynriew hand over the Raja Chutur Singh of Goa. However, the Jaidbynriew Raja refused to surrender him. Consequently, both the Raja of Jaidbynriew and Raja Chutur Singh of Goa were arrested, and in 1835, the Jaidbynriew kingdom was annexed by the British. After India attained the independence, further administrative change took place. In 1951, the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council and the Miki Hills Autonomous District Councils were established. During this reorganization, the ancient Tiwa kingdom of Goa was divided once again. The present-day Sarigrai, Sunrai, areas of River District, which now fall under the jurisdiction of Hima Khairim, remain within the Khasi Hill Autonomous District Council. These areas have historically been the traditional rights of Tiwa Lalung community. Their customary village administration continues to be preserved under the traditional institution of Loro, who serve as the customary chief of the Tiwa people. These historical and customary institutions are clearly evidence of Tiwa Lalung communities' long-standing presence, governance, and cultural heritage in Meghalaya. They further strengthen our legitimate claim for recognition as a scheduled tribe in the state of Meghalaya. The areas that were once part of the ancient Kubai state, the traditional kingdom of Tiwa Lalung people, became part of the newly created state of Meghalaya in 1972. Therefore, the Tiwa Lalung people did not migrate into the Meghalaya. Rather, they became citizens of new state along with their ancestral land. Unlike communities that migrate from other regions and were later recognized as scheduled tribe in Meghalaya, the Tiwa Lalung community is indigenous to the areas they have inhabited for generations, or Lalung continue to be excluded from the list of scheduled tribe in Meghalaya, while several other communities have been included. This continued exclusion is a matter of deep concern and is consistent with the historical, cultural, and geographical realities of the Tiwa Lalung community. With regards to the Sarikrai, area inhabited by Tiwa Lalung people, His Majesty the Hima of Hima Khairim has also formally acknowledged and recognized that this area forms an integral and inseparable part of Hima Khairim. This recognition further confirmed that historical presence and traditional rights of the Tiwa Lalung community in Meghalaya. The historical records and official recognitions provide strong evidence in support of our long-standing demand for recognition as a scheduled tribe in the state of Meghalaya. Further, the Dr. B.S. Balajit Singh CM, the then CM of Hima Khairin, had addressed a letter to then Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Ege Maulong, supporting the rightful claim of the Tiwa Lalang community. The CM also issued a certificate affirming that the Tiwa Lalang community are integral part and parcel of Hima Khairim. Copies of these documents have been enclosed for reference annexure 2. In view of such strong historical records and official recognition, it is difficult to understand why the Tiwa Lalang community continues to be excluded from the list of scheduled tribes in the state of Meghalaya. This has been a long-standing demand consistently raised by Tiwa organizations in the Meghalaya, including All Tiwa Student Union, Meghalaya, All Tiwa Women Association, Meghalaya, Tiwa Mathon Lai Tokra, Meghalaya, Tiwa Cultural Society, Meghalaya. Therefore, now the Tiwa community stands united in urging the government to take immediate and necessary action to address our long-pending demand for scheduled tribe recognition and ensure justice for our community. They are the dignitaries of the Dorbar Basan, Lengdo, and Doloiship of the five right, the headmen of the Tiwa villages, and the representative of the Tiwa NGOs who have come together to represent the collective voice and aspirations of the Tiwa community. Till today, the All Tiwa Student Union and the Tiwa community have approached the concerned authorities through peaceful, democratic, and constitutional means. We have submitted memoranda, held discussion, and patiently waited for a fair response, believing that a genuine demand would receive due consideration. Doing our constitutional rights through peaceful and lawful means is considered to be wrong, then we are left with very few options other than to explore every other legal and democratic remedy available to us. We have consciously maintained peace and restraint because we do not wish to create any situation that would embarrass the government or disturb public order. Our movement has always been guided by the respect for the rule of law, by the hope that justice would be delivered through dialogue and constitutional processes. However, prolonged inaction on a long-pending demand is deeply disappointing. We therefore once again urge the government to take immediate and meaningful action before the community is compelled to seek appropriate legal remedies available under the Constitution. For many years, these organizations have been peacefully and democratically appealed to the government of Meghalaya and the government of India to resolve this long-pending issue by including the Tiwa Lalang community of Meghalaya in the list of scheduled tribes. Based not on emotion alone, but historically evidence, constitutionally principles, and the legitimate rights of an indigenous community that has been an integral part of Meghalaya since its formation. Now our demands. Through this press conference, we respectfully place the following demands before the government of Meghalaya and the government of India. Number one, inclusion in the 2027 census. The name Tiwa Lalang should be included in the list of scheduled tribes for the purpose of the 2027 population census in the state of Meghalaya. Necessary steps should be taken immediately so that the Tiwa Lalong community is correctly recorded from every beginning of the census process, including the house listing and house numbering exercise scheduled to commence in August 2026. Number two, recognition as a scheduled tribe. We reiterate our long-pending demand, which has remained unresolved for more than 3 decades, that the indigenous Tiwa Lalong community of Meghalaya be granted recognition as a scheduled tribe in the state of Meghalaya under its rightful identity of Tiwa Lalong. Our demand is based on historical evidence, official records, constitutional principles, and the continuous peaceful effort of our community. We firmly believe that justice delay should not become justice denied. Finally, on behalf of Tiwa Lalong community of Meghalaya, we once again express our sincere gratitude to all members of the electronic and print media for your valuable presence and your patience and for giving us the opportunity to present our concern before the people of the government.
Mornings are always busy. Everything feels fast. I hear mom shouting and I'm trying not to be late. Outside, Shillong is already awake. Cars move slowly, horns are loud. It feels like everyone is in a hurry. Then the STEMS bus comes in, bright and yellow, always on time. The caretaker waves and I feel okay. Inside, we laugh and sing. We share snacks. We help each other with homework. It feels nice. My parents know I'm safe through the STEMS app on mom's phone. Because this bus isn't just a ride. It takes us to school with friends and a little bit of hope. This is STEMS, our ride, our future.